For this week's literacy lesson, we will be in our first grade packet, the April 2020 book, on page 38. The story we're reading is Bark Beauty. This is the front cover. Look at the details of the setting. I remember Elvis from last week. Look at his facial expression and his body language. Think about what you think the story is going to be about. The author is Molly Leonard. The Picklebottoms have a problem. Something is wrong with their dog, Elvis. They are watching him from the window. What is Elvis doing? I noticed at the end of this sentence there is a question mark, so I knew to read this sentence like a question. It's where your voice kind of goes up. Oh, look at the detailed expressions on their face in the illustration. Is he sick? Penny Picklebottom asks. He has been sleeping standing up. Why would he do that? And why would he gallop around the yard? Mr. Picklebottom asks. And why steal my best blanket? Is he cold? Mrs. Picklebottom asks. Now everyone is quiet. They watch the dog. Elvis prances through the yard. When we come to a new word that is an unknown word, we start with the beginning sound and we can chunk letters that we know to be a word. R-A-N is a sight word, ran, so I put P, ran, and then I sounded out the rest of the letters to put the word all together. That is an excellent reading strategy to use at home. Elvis prances through the yard. To figure out what prances mean, we could look at the picture to help us. He has thrown a blanket over his back. Elvis shakes his head every few steps. His hair blows in the wind. Then he jumps over a low tree branch. Make a prediction. What we've seen in the pictures, what we've read with the words. Think about why Elvis is doing all of these things and what's going to come next in the story. Making predictions. What does that dog think he is doing? Mrs. Picklebottom wonders. Last week he tried to sit in my lap like a cat, but now what? Dogs don't prance. They don't wear blankets. Mrs. Picklebottom is right. Elvis is acting strange. He is not acting like a dog at all. If you notice, there's an exclamation point at the end of that sentence, so I said it more excited or emphasized it, got louder. That's reading with expression, a great reading skill to practice at home. Elvis runs inside. He dashes under Penny's legs. Then he stands up. Penny is sitting on Elvis's back. Penny's eyes open wide. He's a horse! Then she yells, "Giddy up, Elvis, let's ride!" And into the garden they go. Now that I've read this story, you take a moment to read the story for yourself and then come back to this video so we can do the next page together. When you're done reading the story yourself, we're going on to the next page, page 44, to do the page Putting It All Together. Students will write the beginning what happened in the beginning of the story, what happened in the middle of the story, and what happened at the end of the story. We are practicing writing skills and practicing sequencing with main ideas from the story. Please write in complete sentences starting with a capital letter, spaces between words, and then a punctuation mark at the end of sentences. Please send a picture of this page once completed to your teacher for feedback. Thank you.